We back for the second time in 1 week. Twice in 1 week for the first time in a long time. First time in a long time.
Go ahead and click that like button.
Yeah, click the like button.
I heard that helps the algorithm if it gets a lot of likes off as soon as you post it. So help us out.
Yeah, click that like button real quick.
The more viewers and
leave a comment like real quick
get.
before we even start. Leave a comment like, what do you like most about God is Dope? Let us know in the comments. Like, what do you like most about the podcast? What do you like most about me? What do you like most about Jay? What do you like most about Tori? Yeah, just our different personalities. Just give y'all a few different things to talk about in the comments, so we should get a lot. Episode 21.
21.
Of the God is Dope podcast. We changed the name. It's no longer the Untitled God is Dope podcast or the God is Dope Untitled podcast. It's the God is Dope podcast officially. We've been 20 episodes.
Why did we never just make it the God is Dope podcast?
Because we just wanted to just be we just overthunk it.
About whatever. Overthunk.
Yeah, we overthunk it.
Overthunk. Well, I wanted to start this podcast by giving y'all an update on where we were at with the goals that we left y'all with last podcast. So the goal was to do $3 million in the month of August with a $300,000 marketing budget, a.k.a. reaching a 10x on the return on ad spend, a.k.a. ROAS, if you're not familiar with that.
A.k.a. I like the a.k.a.
A.k.a.
Seems like some bombs supposed to be dropping right now.
Bam, bam, bam. So right to this second, we're at $369,990.22. And I have spent $35,770.42, which would put us right over the edge of 10. Exactly, it is 10.34 ROAS.
Okay.
And those efforts have been done with one drop on the first. It was about 3 shirts. It was 3 shirts originally, 3 shirts, 2 hats, all at $9.99. And then we added in one more shirt, which was the heavy on the Thank You God.
Which is like the number 1 shirt now.
Yeah. Well, I think maroon was.
It's like back and forth. It fluctuates, right?
Yeah. But also, that one's a little biased because that shirt had its own marketing budget. Like one of the campaigns I was running was just that shirt. So it got a lot more attention. But regardless, so we threw that shirt in there because within the first couple hours we felt that it needed a little boost, and that was on Saturday. We did an email, a text. Well, our texts are split into 2 texts, so we do an earlier text and a later text because we have 2 different text audiences. Mm-hmm. And then the difference, to be on pace, we should have been at $400,000 in midnight last night.
Yeah.
But we're behind that, and I think we're behind it on pace, but we're within the range of the goal on the ROAS, how much we've spent, how much we've made. And that's, I think, just because we haven't, we didn't spend on Saturday until about 8 to 9 p.m. is when we started spending money, and we only spent $3,000. So it should have been a $10,000 spend day, and it wasn't. And it probably would have been a lot more revenue. The ROAS probably would have been much higher than 10, just because of on drop days, it just boosts the total.
Why didn't we? We're just trying to see what we could do within our database.
I think it was part of that, just to see what just dropping something.
Yeah.
And another interesting thing about that on that day, and I think the following day too, until we started running ads more heavily the following day, the returning customer rate was 85.
85%.
Yeah, which is crazy, super, super high. So you could see where that was working on just accessing our whole customer base. Right. But that led to us having a conversation yesterday about what if we, this next drop, we did $5.99, and it led to Tori running some numbers on the projections of doing $5.99 shirts versus $9.99 shirts, and even $6.99 also.
Right.
Everything kind of in between. So if you want to talk about those numbers, the discoveries we made.
Right. So this week we've been sitting at around a 5 ROAS at $9.99. So I was trying to see is $9.99 at 5 ROAS really that bad? Is it comparable to $5.99 at 10 ROAS?
Right.
So when I was doing those numbers, it was that's terrible. Based on what we trying to accomplish, five ROAS at $9.99 won't like help us hit any type of goals that we trying to do. So when I broke the numbers down, just at spending $1,000 a day at 10 ROAS, we bring in $10,000. That's us selling 1,000 shirts. Then we break it all the way down to the true profit. At 10 ROAS, it's basically the same. It wasn't that far off at
Right.
$5.99 at 10 ROAS. It was like a $1,300 difference between selling a shirt at $9.99 and getting a 10 ROAS and selling a shirt at $5.99 and getting 10 ROAS. We only made $1,300 less
That's per $1,000.
per $1,000.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
for us, if we have a $10,000 a day budget, that $1,300 could end up being $13,000
Yeah.
a day. But for us, we all know that when you drop the price, the ROAS is better. So
Right.
my next thing I was trying to figure out is
And that's because we're making that deal more attractive.
right.
So kind of with anything in
clicks.
ads, if it's just a better deal,
The offer.
you got to think of it as a consumer. Like if I'm scrolling and I see $10 is a great deal compared to some people trying to sell $20, $30 shirts on Facebook ads. But I see $10, you're gonna get more clicks. If you drop that down to $7, it's just natural. Like, oh, that's even better of a deal. So you're
Yeah.
even more likely to click.
Right.
So yeah, like when I first said that, Rob, like that was Rob's first question. It was like, well, there's $13,000 a day that we losing. So the numbers I was looking at was like, what's the ROAS versus spending? Is that same amount of money and get the same profit or more profit? Like, what does the ROAS have to be? Because we know dropping the price will give us better ROAS. So when I did those numbers, it was only 20% increase. So at $9.99, we'll make roughly around $7,000 at a 10 ROAS, and at $5.99 to make the same $7,000, all we needed was a 12 ROAS, which, like Jay could attest that, like we know we'll do that. If we drop a shirt, if we already doing 10 ROAS, we're gonna do 12, way more than 12, dropping it to $5.99.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And then with you know, like we got a lot of stuff that's combined with this, like the price drop, new items,
right,
frequent
pictures, content.
drops, better pictures, better content overall. So it's like, even last night when you sent that screenshot of the sales jumping from like maybe $3,000 an hour to like $9,000 an hour.
Yeah, I think we should insert that so they can see where it's like the graph is steady. And
Yeah.
then the only thing that changed was we added a discount code, and then I shifted the ads to reflect that discount code, which is 40% off, taking a $9.99 shirt to $5.99.
Mm-hmm.
And that was based off of only 2 pieces of content. It wasn't even
I put the
a-
banner up too.
Okay.
So I'd be curious to see like what is it? You know what I'm saying? Like maybe we should have put the banner up for the first 2 hours and then, but it's like, you know.
There's a lot of factors to things like
Yeah.
this. So
Yeah,
it's,
yesterday I was like on the phone talking to someone about the numbers, and we was at like $30,000. It had to be like 6:30, and we ended the day at $60,000. So from 6:30 to midnight,
Yeah.
we made the same amount of money we made all day.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. And another advantage we talked about yesterday of having a lower price equals more units.
Yeah.
Right.
For us, that works in a double advantage. The first one being the obvious one that your brand is more out there, and this is something that's relatable to brands that are just starting out. We still need to focus on that, even as big as we've gotten.
Right.
It's just important. Like the more T-shirts out in the environment, the more people are going to see it. At the end of the day, a T-shirt is a walking billboard.
Yeah.
So it's like, I
And you-
like that. What is that? Where can I buy it?
Right. And you look bigger, like, you know what I'm saying? You look like a bigger brand. Like, man, I see y'all everywhere. You
Yeah,
know, like, how
totally.
are y'all doing it like this? And it's like think about that as a new brand. Like, if you know you selling your shirts at cost, you're not making no money. But somebody coming up to you like, man, y'all killing it. I see y'all stuff more than I see Nike. But you're not making no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that satisfaction should be more to you than money. Because it's like, all right, you have brand equity. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's, you know, and then like now we, you know, like before it was like sell it for $6 and just don't make money. And now we showing you sell it for $6 and make money.
Right.
So yeah, but you can go ahead and continue.
Yeah, I mean, that wrap up everything from yesterday, just seeing, because we always go back and forth, like, will we make more money at $5.99 or $9.99? But yesterday was like, the deepest we went into the numbers, and we're talking about the factory as well, because like for us, we never had a problem selling stuff, no matter what the price range may have been. But it's always about getting the items out. So
Right.
if you're gonna sell your shirts at $5.99, you want to make sure that you have yourself or a group of people to make sure you can ship those items out, because you're gonna see the difference in sales from selling at 10 to 5.
Right. Right.
That was the other shift, like the other positive of having more volume is like now we actually have the systems in place to get all this volume out. And if on our end, like logistically, if we're not taking full advantage of those systems, we're losing out on money and potential there.
Yeah. 'Cause
So
it took a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of.
yeah, we basically were shut down for about a week and a half, almost 2 weeks to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's worth it, in the long run. If everything works great. Have we done a podcast since we figured out that system? That can be another podcast. That's a whole podcast.
The
in
new
itself.
system you showed yesterday?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
just the
we have
fulfillment
it.
system.
Yeah, we can talk about that like tomorrow.
All right, cool. So
So
we're
when
gonna-
when y'all selling your shirts this low, you want to make sure you have the items there. Because if you
Right.
don't have the items there, you're gonna start getting behind. You're gonna be dealing with screen printers, deadlines, and time limits. So you want to make sure order you a couple hundred shirts to make sure when sales start coming in, you can ship them out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm anti can't do right now. I'm anti mock up, post it, and like see how many you make, see how much you make, and then start printing the shirts, because that's been the downfall of God is Dope.
It's been the downfall, but it's also somehow a reason we've gotten
Yeah,
like some of the biggest days and biggest
that's facts.
accomplishments have been like, well,
Facts.
let's just see what happens.
Yeah, so I can't just say it's
It's a risky thing to do, and it can benefit you
yeah.
in certain ways.
I know,
but
I know,
at,
I know.
at
I'm
this
gonna
level,
be, I know I'm gonna be like pulling my hair out on a day where I know for a fact we can sell like $500,000 worth of shirts, but we just can't do it because we don't have it. I know, like,
I mean,
I'm
that's
s-
kind of
I'm
what happened yesterday with that post. Like, if we wanted to have put up a mock-up, so yesterday we put up an Instagram post that said, it was I was today years old when I found out God is Dope meant dependable and providing everything.
right,
And we had a shirt idea for that in the past that Sherrod had like teased in a short video, and we have the file somewhere. And when
Yeah.
you put that up, I thought we should wait to to like put it up with the shirt.
right,
But we wanted an engaging post to just keep customers interactive. Not everything has to be a salesy post on your Instagram.
Yeah.
Create a community. So with that would have been maybe a couple months ago, we would have like definitely put up a mock-up of the
a
shirt.
couple weeks ago.
Okay, a couple weeks, maybe like 3 days ago. We would have put up a mock-up of the shirt because that's what we did with Entanglement, right? And
Yeah.
the heavy, the heavy on the thank you, or
Yeah.
thank God. And it would have probably sold like very
Yeah.
well, but then we don't have it here, and then we're behind.
Yeah.
So,
So yeah,
Get away
we're
from
not
it.
doing that no more.
but we should still do that shirt.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. We talked about teaching people how to sell a $6 shirt. Teaching people how to sell a $6 shirt and quit their job, right?
Right.
Like how to quit your job selling a $6 shirt. I'm gonna let you go into that. We're gonna base it off somebody making $72,000 a year, right? Was that the case?
70.
70.
Yeah.
6,000 a month is 72, right?
I just did 70 a year.
Okay, cool.
So-
So $70,000 a year. Quit your job and sell $6 T-shirts,
All right. So,
which is practically a white tee. You can get a white tee for $5, $6 now. So
all right.
if you find some, like basically, if you whatever you have, if your T-shirt doesn't make the white tee worse, you should be able to sell it, right?
All right.
Because like people will buy a white T-shirt for $6. So whatever your logo is, if you put it on there, and it don't make it a worse tee than a white tee, you should be able to sell that shirt.
I think recently I've been looking at a lot of brands. Like I think whatever you're doing starting out, it should be something that offers some value, because a lot of people try to just like stamp their brand name on it and call it a day. And
Yeah.
unless your brand name is something like so fortunate to be like God is Dope, where like the brand name is the statement or it is a phrase,
Yeah,
it could be tricky because it's like, what does this mean? Like aside from your friends and family, it means absolutely nothing to anyone else. So when you're trying to
Right.
run ads on like, I don't know, like microphone, like that's my brand name, microphone.
Let's just take Nominated, for example. Rails brand.
Okay, yeah, and that's something I actually talked to Rel about, where it was like he needs to have something that adds value because nominated, that phrase, it means nothing. So it's just the brand name. So maybe just having such a good price point, unless that nominated phrase has like a dope graphic and like cool font, like it just looks super nice.
Yeah.
The best bet is probably like a phrase or like something that's relatable where it's like, yeah, cool, I agree with that, or I that represents me or my style, and I
Right.
like that. So definitely when you're stamping something on a white tee, take that into consideration because it could be like, this isn't working, but it's not the formula that's not working. It may be the product.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed that this week with my brand, like me dropping like One Mission. I feel like it relates to people, like the name's there, but for whatever reason they weren't buying into the logo. So I had a concept of just like putting the phrase, like putting the logo in the phrase is on one shirt. Because with me selling shirts before, like my phrases always so. Like you said, they relate to people. Like people like to make moves, not excuses.
Right.
I make
I've been seeing it
moves.
in the streets crazy.
Really?
Yeah. His shirts.
Yeah, so then I did the Born to Win, to keep going. I just like different phrases that I always had. I just merged it with the main logo tee, and it's been selling a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. We just revamped the site with some nice pictures, and it just went like.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I mean,
this is a combination of
yeah. Like all
everything
of
got
it.
to come together.
Yeah.
Price point, product, pictures,
Yeah.
shipping it out on time. Like
Yeah.
it's
4 P's: price point, product, pictures, and punctuality.
hey, there we go.
All right, Jay.
I'm gonna bundle
You-
up for a
You gonna
course.
right. The 4 P's. All right, cool. So we touched on that, and then no, did we touch on that? We haven't touched on this yet.
No.
All right, cool. So yeah, go into that, and I'm gonna show them that on our scale.
Okay. So if you're making $70,000 a year right now at your job, you wanna quit your job in 30 days. So you're making a little bit more than $1,300 a week. If you're making $1,300 a week, we want you to put a budget to the side of $100 a day just towards ads. So
What about the budget for shirts? What should that be?
so shirts?
Shirt budget. How many shirts do they need to start with?
So you start off with like 200 shirts.
That ain't bad.
200 shirts at $3 a piece. Gonna spend about $600.
Dang. $3? You going all the way up to 3?
Yeah.
All right.
For
Dang.
them,
Yeah,
they
no,
may
no,
not have
That-
like
No,
That makes-
I get it. But I mean, that's good.
Three
$3.
is a good like coming off the street like
yeah, just
price.
walk into a
Yeah.
screen printer.
What can I
like,
get?
Yeah.
And like we said, these are white shirts or a light colored shirt, right?
Right.
Light colors less expensive to print on.
Yeah.
So you have a budget put to the side of 100.
If you can't find a shirt for under, if you can't do this for under $3, call us. We got you.
I don't know if we got them. I'll keep it all the plus for what we need to do. We may get somebody in there. We need 10,000 shirts tomorrow. But no, we got y'all. But so you spending $100 a day, and you get right now we're talking about getting a 10 ROAS at $5.99. But say you just start, have a positive message, but people don't really know about the brand yet, you should be able to get around a 5 ROAS. So spending $100 with a 5 ROAS, you make $500.
ROAS is return on ad spend.
So
So basically, when you put up $100, you want to get 5 times that, you want to make 5 times that, which is 500. Go ahead.
So then you want to take that $500 and divide it by how much you sold the shirts for, which is $5.99. For that day, you would have sold 83 shirts. And one thing that's real important is finding out how much your marketing is, how much per shirt your marketing is costing you. So if you take that $100 you spent that day and divide it by your shirt cost, your marketing cost is 83 cents a shirt.
Okay.
So we take that $3 for the production of the shirt and 83 cents for the marketing costs, and subtract that for the $5.99. You're left with $2.16 a shirt in profit. So we're gonna take that profit of the shirt and times it by how many shirts you sold. Let's go back. It's 83 shirts times $2.16. That's $179.28. And lastly, when you're shipping out orders, one thing you don't want to forget is that you're actually making money on the shipping as well. So to ship out most orders, we've seen what God is up, seen one mission is around 2 to 3 items a order. So you take those 83 shirts and divide it by 2. To sell 83 shirts, you look at 41 orders.
Uh-huh.
So those 41 orders times $3 that you're going to make off the shipping, that'll leave you with $123. You take your profit off your shirts, which is $179, plus your profit on actual orders, $123. Looking at $302 a day in profit. So,
And so this is given that you're not paying out any employees. Like
right,
you're,
it's like
you're
you
doing
quitting
it
your
yourself.
job, like you doing this by yourself. Like,
And logistically, what 50? What was that? 40 orders a day? Like
Yeah,
that's
40
a breeze.
orders a day,
You
like-
should be able to do that.
could wake up
Right.
and do that in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Anybody that got a brand that God is dope, pay attention to this podcast. You know it can add value to your brand. And yeah, so that's weekly 15. Was that? That's
Yeah, so the 300 is per day. So if you want to just work 5 days a week, still want to enjoy your weekends like you do at your job, you make $1,500 a week, which at your job right now, looking at $1,300 a week. So you could quit your job in 30 days just by following this formula.
Wow. Wow.
And that's like just strictly off of ad spend. That's not retargeting your customers with text messages or emails. That's
Yeah.
not,
Yeah.
adding new product consistently. This is like acquiring new customers that have never seen your brand nominated or whatever your brand name is, and getting them to buy in at the $6 price point plus shipping.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
And that's not including like the cost of labels and boxes and stuff like that. But I mean, give or take, y'all come across that when y'all get to it. But this is, yeah, you can quit your job and do that.
starting out, like I think my perspective of it like has shifted to like as long as you're shipping orders and like not losing money, you're gaining data and you're gaining like
Oh,
like
for
you said,
sure.
like market share of the t-shirt space, and probably like whatever city you're in will be the biggest.
Yeah.
And I mean, we've seen it not so much now. Is like a little more difficult with pandemic times and not really having the events going on and like where you can go out and like guerrilla
Sell.
market it and like just
Yeah.
sell. But like what would happen is you'll see in like a short period of time your brand will be like seen at these events, and like
Right.
we've always just referred to it as like a snowball. It just like builds up as it's going like bigger and bigger,
Right.
and it all like funnels back into your business. So as long as you're not losing money, you're really coming out huge. A lot of companies and brands, like not only in the t-shirt space, lose a lot of money for like in order to gain data.
Yeah.
And like that's they're okay with it. Like
Yeah.
we're gonna lose $1 million this year just acquiring data,
Yeah.
and that's fine because in 5 years we're gonna turn that to $100 million. So
Yeah.
I think the key with this too is like knowing what your goals are when you get started, because your goal may not be to get to God is up level. Like your goal may not be to do even $140,000 a year. So it's like
23 minutes. All right.
knowing what your goals are, because each level of, if you want to quit your job, that's one level you could do by yourself. You want to start talking about hiring 2 to 3 employees, which you're going to triple your
Right.
revenue, but it's going to come with other headaches as well. So it's like
Right.
knowing what your goals are. If you just want to sell enough shirts to quit your job, this is what you could do. If you want to get to a higher level, get the God is up level, it's going to be.
Yeah, I
other
mean,
things that
we about to run through our first experiment at selling $6 tees. This was back in April.
yeah, April 1st,
April 1st.
Yeah.
April Fool's Day.
Okay, so I'm gonna try to run through this because we only got 7 minutes, but I'm gonna put we're gonna screenshot these and put them on the screen as we're talking about these.
Okay.
We made $621,000 for our April Fool's going out of business sale. Just to give you some context, this came with 400,000 customers in our database, maybe a lot more, maybe a few thousand more. We spent $18,000 in marketing, and we had 22,962 orders. We sold 63,282 products. Our sales tax for Georgia was $4,857.74. The total sales were $466,478. Shipping took a large chunk, was $154,000. $155,000, like, just to estimate up. Our shipping cost is $6.25. The average pack, what it cost us to ship it, is about $3.25, right?
Well, that was our
Yeah.
shipping price, not our cost.
Oh yeah,
Right.
our shipping.
That's
price.
what we charged.
Yeah,
not
that's what we charge.
What
We
it
charge
cost us.
$6.25. The average shirt, what it cost us to ship it, is $3.25. So we make $3 off shipping per order. So if you take $3 and multiply it times 22,962, you get $68,886. So just off that day alone, we made $68 off. $68,000 off shipping. Our shirt cost is $2. Production cost is 50 cents. Oh, this one everything was $2.50. Dang, so we didn't went.
Yeah, we went lower.
Wow. Okay, so yeah, shirt costs $2. Production costs 50 cents. Cost of product times $63,000. 63,000 units is $125,000 roughly. The cost of the print, 50 cents times 63,000 units is $31,000 roughly. Total cost of production, $158,000. Okay, so at this point, we had $10 an hour, for our staff, times 8 hours, $80 per employee on a 8-hour day. 10 employees, $800 a day times 10 days to get it out. So it should have took us 10 days to get this many orders out. So that's $8,000 in payroll.
How many orders did we do again?
We did 22,000 orders.
All right. Now I'm just trying to see
What it would be
back
now?
then.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
like-
so now we're way more profitable than this.
What would have that been? Like, tell me how much money we was wasting.
It'll take us 3.5 days to get that out now.
And how much will we spend?
About $11,000.
So what's the difference there?
3,000. So we spending more to get it out faster.
Yeah.
Spending a little bit more. But I put 8,000 was like perfect day. I put 16,000 if we needed 2 shifts each day to get the orders out. Oh wow.
That's my
1 o'clock, this your meeting? All right, let's do it. Let's do it live.
hello.
Good afternoon, Tori. It's Mike over at Thrive Sweeping. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How you doing today?
Good, good. Let me grab our CFO and merge the call on the field if that's okay, Robert, again.
Okay.
This is a
I think you
company.
can get 2 minutes for us to finish this podcast.
This is a company from Arizona.
Hello.
I'm in
Boston.
Robert again. I think if that's okay.
Okay, no, it's no problem. We're doing a podcast. We're getting about 2 minutes, and I'll be right with you.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, so we about to wrap this up.
Which
because we
law?
gotta-
Which law of power is that? Where you like make them wait on your time? Like the 48 laws of power. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now they're like,
Flex-
what? We're
flexing
doing a
your muscle.
podcast,
Right.
dude.
Okay, cool. So, all right, boom. So total profit. Wait, not total profit, but what we made $621,384 minus true shipping costs, which is $86,000, equals $535,000. Minus the Georgia sales tax leaves us at $530,000. Minus the marketing costs, which is $18,000, puts us at $512,000. Minus the total cost of production, which is $158,000, puts us at $354,000. Minus payroll, $8,000, puts us at $346,000. $346,284 profit for that day off selling $6 shirts. So this like as I'm talking, this should be on the screen for y'all to understand it and screenshot it. So should this be on there for when when you do yours? But yeah, man, It's possible. Selling $6 shirts, doing it yourself, or doing it with a big team. So all you brands out there that's starting a brand, y'all should consider selling it at $6.
Like, comment, subscribe. I saw a lot of comments about you want to know more about Facebook ads, but I could talk about Facebook ads for like 12 hours straight. So
Be more specific.
be more specific. What exactly are you having trouble with? Do you just want to know like the very basics, like beginner Facebook ads? Is there a specific problem you're encountering? Let's talk about it. We can definitely address that. We've been doing it for a while now, and I think we all understand it enough to have a whole Facebook ad conversation.
Yeah.
But let us know more questions, comments, concerns, suggestions. Comment your brand below. I know like most people watch this because they have a brand. So show us your brand. Next time we can pull
Leave
up a
link.
couple of them.
Yeah, leave a link in the.
Yeah, let's leave the links because I think it'd be cool to critique some
Yeah.
constructive criticism, talk about what you are doing and how you could do it better.
All right. Episode 21. It's a wrap.